This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for January 15, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, bartender killed in Manchester. A female bartender was shot and killed Saturday night in Land Settlement District in Manchester. She has been identified as 42-year-old Nakisha Harrison, otherwise called Bumper. According to police reports, about 9:50 p.m. on Saturday, residents heard explosions in the area and alerted them. On their arrival, Harrison was found lying on the ground with multiple gunshot wounds. She was taken to the Mandeville Regional Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. Investigations into the circumstances surrounding the shooting death are ongoing. Windscreen wiper killed in Cockburn Gardens. The St. Andrews South Police are probing the murder of a 17-year-old windscreen wiper early Sunday morning. He has been identified as Ricardo Brim Abraham of an Olympic Way address. Information reaching the news is that Abraham was shot and killed about 12:30 a.m. along 2nd Street in Bell Rock, Cockburn Gardens. Explosions were heard and the police were summoned to the scene. On their arrival, Abrahams was found lying in a pool of blood with gunshot wounds to his head. He was rushed to the hospital where death was confirmed. Army says Kingston cocaine bust $9 billion, police reporting $12 billion. The Jamaica Defense Force and the Jamaica Constabulary Force are reporting different figures for the multi-billion-dollar cocaine seizure on a ship in Kingston on Saturday morning. The Army says that the figure is $9 billion, but the police later issued a statement saying the cocaine is worth US $80 million, or about 12 billion Jamaican dollars. Preliminary estimates released earlier put the figure at $7 billion. The seizure is believed to be one of the largest drug busts in Jamaica's history and the third major find over the last 4 months. No one was arrested. The interdiction occurred approximately about midnight during the search of a container at the Kingston Freeport Terminal Limited in the Jamaican capital during a joint operation involving Police and Narcotics Division, the JDF, and the Jamaica Customs Agency. The JDF says a preliminary examination of the vessel uncovered 50 bags containing 1,250 packages. The container was shipped from Colombia, and the local law enforcement authorities believe Jamaica was not the final destination for the drugs. The Army says that the operation is continuing. On December 26, approximately 2,000 pounds of cocaine, valued at a Jamaican $1.1 billion, was seized after the JDF intercepted Go Fast boat in Jamaican waters off the coast of St. Thomas. It believed that vessel was traveling from Colombia. 3 Jamaican men who were aboard the boat are in custody. In September last year, approximately 1,100 pounds of cocaine with an estimated street value of US $25 million or Jamaican $3.7 billion was found in 10 larger travel bags at the Ian Fleming International Airport in St. Mary. Body found in Portmore Gully. Police have confirmed that the body of a man was found in Bridgeport, Portmore, St. Catherine this morning. The body, which up to press time was still unidentified, had what appeared to be gunshot wounds, according to the police. It was reportedly found in a gully between 11 and 14 Autumn Avenue. Police have since disclosed that around 7:50 p.m. on Saturday, residents reported hearing explosions sounding like gunshots, and on Sunday, shortly before 8 a.m., the residents stumbled upon the body and called the police. Lawmen who responded discovered that the body, which was lying face down, had several gunshot wounds. The police said the body is of dark complexion, about 5 feet 8 inches tall, and clad in a gray and yellow t-shirt, black pants, and black shoes. Several spent shells were found at the scene, the police revealed. JCF to rely on technology to prevent crashes. Head of the Public Safety and the Traffic Enforcement Branch, Assistant Commissioner Gary McKenzie, says that the Jamaica Constabulary Force will be relying heavily on technology as part of a proactive approach to prevent road traffic crashes. ACP McKenzie made that observation while speaking last Thursday on the weekly program JCF Now aired on Radio Jamaica. According to ACP Mackenzie, the Police Traffic Division will be placing major emphasis on 3 particular categories of road users in 2023. ACP Mackenzie is also serving notice that persons applying for a driver's license will undergo a stricter competency test. ACP Mackenzie is expressing confidence that the new road traffic regulations will play a major role in curbing indiscipline on the roads. Guns stolen in St. Ann. Detectives are probing the theft of 2 firearms and ammunition in St. Ann. The incident occurred at a location in Miami Bay. Investigators say about 7:30 last evening, a licensed firearm holder had his Glock pistol with 47 rounds and a 12-gauge shotgun stolen. The weapons are yet to be recovered. Cabinet finalizing penalties for gun offenders. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the Cabinet is scheduled to finalize its position on new and stiffer penalties for gun offenders. Prime Minister Holness was addressing the East Central St. James Education fundraising dinner last night at Half Moon Village in the parish. Mr. Holness argued that, as the current back and forth arguments, some of them of an academic nature on how to deal with the gun offenders continue, innocent lives are being lost. He added that more Jamaicans remain divided on the subject and that when decisive action is taken, it is the criminals who feel secure. The Prime Minister argued that the time has come for a consensus on how to respond decisively. Meanwhile, Mr. Holness gave further insight into the stronger penalties, which he says will reflect the priority of all Jamaicans placed on public order and security. He says chief among these will be the changes to the legal process and the penalty for the possession of firearms. Bolt sacks a business manager of 20 years. Highly placed sources are indicating that Usain Bolt has sacked his longtime business manager Norman Peart. When contacted on Sunday afternoon, Peart, who was with Bolt since he broke on the scene as a teenager in 2002, told the news that he and the 8-time Olympic gold medalist had parted company amicably in late 2022. Neither world 100-meter and 200-meter record holder Bolt nor his executive manager, Nugent Walker, could be reached for comment on the matter. Meanwhile, news broke last week that a former manager at Stocks and Securities Limited had fleeced millions of US dollars from Bolt's portfolio. The former SSL manager, who has been fired, confessed in a statement to SSL on January 7 that she also took money from close to 40 other investors. In that statement, Peart is listed among those investors defrauded. The SSL matter is being investigated by the Fraud Squad, the Financial Investigation Division, and the Financial Services Division. There have been no arrests to date. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.